Hello all, I am the Alolan Phantom, and in this video we're going to be going over my top 10 picks of Raichu cards in the trading card game. Starting off at number 10, we have Raichu from Skyridge. This is one of two Raichu cards released during the e-reader era. It came with two attacks. The first attack was Zap, which needed two colorless energies to hit all Pokemon with Poke Powers and Poke Bodies for 20 damage each. And its second attack was Lightning Storm, which needed one lightning energy and two colorless energies to deal 50 damage, but could also damage Raichu for 20 damage if it got tails on a coin flip. The first attack was preferred as a way to spread damage, especially if going up against a deck that relied on Poke Powers and Poke Bodies, and could quickly add up damage to soften enough Pokemon to then take down with its Lightning Storm. Though ironically, its baby form could do this better, as Pichu had the exact same attack and hit for the exact same amount of damage, but only needed one energy instead of two, so somehow upon evolving it actually got worse. But hey, at least it got more HP. At number 9 we have Raichu Break from Breakthrough. This was one of the Break evolutions of the 6th generation. It came with one attack, but as a Break Pokemon, it also had access to the attacks and abilities of its previous form. The attack was Grand Bolt, which needed one lightning energy and two colorless energies to deal 170 damage at the cost of discarding all of its energy. Grand Bolt was an all-or-nothing attack that was strong enough to take out most EX Pokemon of the 6th generation, though the cost of discarding its energy was a bit high. Although, it could be partnered with Magnezone from Breakthrough to quickly fuel its attack with its Magnetic Circuit ability if the player had enough energy in hand. This card's attack was better used as a finisher for late game plays because it could not consistently keep discarding energy, but when it did it was likely taking a knockout with its powerful attack. And with regards to its previous form, Raichu Break had a couple of options in its formats, which I'll get into later in this video, but on its own it comes in at number 9 on this list. At number 8 we have Raichu from Undaunted. This was one of the prime Pokemon from the Heart Gold and Soul Silver sets. It came with the Poke Power and one attack. The Poke Power was Voltage Increase, which could move energy from any Pokemon onto Raichu. And the attack was Mega Thunderbolt, which needed two lightning energies and one colorless energy to deal 120 damage at the cost of discarding all of its energy. This attack dealt good damage, but the cost of discarding all its energy meant that it couldn't be used continuously, though it did have support from Pokemon to help it along the way. Magnezone from Stormfront had the Super Connectivity Poke Power, which could attach lightning and metal energies to the active Pokemon, but would also place a damage counter on that Pokemon. Next, Pachirisu from Call of Legends had the Self-Generation Poke Power, which would attach two lightning energies to itself from the hand when it was played to the bench, which Raichu could then take with its Voltage Increase. Finally, and perhaps the best lightning support Pokemon, was Electric from Noble Victories, who had the Dynamotor ability, which could attach lightning energies from the discard pile to any Pokemon on the bench, which again could be taken by Raichu. Electric was the most consistent of Raichu supports, though by the time it was released the meta had shifted from Prime Pokemon to the new powerhouses from the 5th generation, but even still, Raichu and Electric made a good combo capable of dealing huge damage. At number 7 we have Raichu Level X from Stormfront. This was part of the Level X series of Pokemon from the 4th generation. It came with a Poke Body and one attack, though it could also use the Poke Powers, Poke Bodies, and attacks of its previous stage. Its Poke Body was Link Voltage, which would activate only on the turn it came into play, but would give Raichu the ability to attack a second time after attacking with Voltage Shoot. The attack Voltage Shoot needed two lightning energies and one colorless energy to hit any Pokemon on the opponent's side for 80 damage, but at the cost of discarding two lightning energies from the hand. It was a good sniping attack that could knock out common support Pokemon like Uxie and Claydol that like to hide on the bench, but could also knock out any big Pokemon by hitting it twice on the same turn. Since Link Voltage could only be used on the turn that Raichu was put into play, Super Scoop Up could be used to recycle it and continue attacking twice per turn. Raichu could also be partnered with Bronzong from Stormfront to return discarded energy cards back into the hand with its Poke Power Cycler, offsetting the cost of Voltage Shoot. Its previous form was another Raichu card from Stormfront that will be discussed later in this video. At number 6 we have Raichu GL from Rising Rivals. This was an SP Pokemon from the 4th generation belonging to the gym leader Volkner. It came with two attacks. The first attack was Thunder Throw, which needed one colorless energy to hit two of the opponent's benched Pokemon for 10 damage each. And the second attack was Repeat Lightning, which needed one lightning energy and one colorless energy to deal 30 damage, plus 10 more damage for each of the opponent's benched Pokemon with damage counters on them. Raichu's first attack was useful for setting up the necessary damage counters to power up the second attack, though the same thing could be accomplished by using Crobat G's Poke Power. The second attack could be powered up quickly by using energy gain, as it reduced the attack cost of an SP Pokemon, so Raichu could attack with a single lightning energy. Plus, if the opponent had a bench full of damaged Pokemon, Raichu could hit for 80 damage for only 1 energy. It worked best with other Pokemon that could spread damage, such as Abomasnow from Stormfront with its Snow Play attack, Bronzong from Majestic Dawn with its Pain Amplifier attack, and Ampharos from Secret Wonders with its Pokebody Jamming, which would place a damage counter on each of the opponent's Pokemon when they played a supporter card. Raichu GL wasn't strong enough to carry its own deck, but was a good tech choice in damage spread decks to deal big damage in a hurry. At number 5 we have Raichu from Stormfront. This Raichu was released in the same set as its Level X form. It came with 3 attacks. The first attack was Slice, which was free to use and dealt 30 damage, but could not be used again in the following turn. The second attack was Split Ball, which needed 3 colorless energies and dealt 50 damage, and then required Raichu to move one of its energy to another Pokemon on its side of the field. And its final attack was Burst Ball, which needed 2 lightning energies and 1 colorless energy to deal 100 damage, but had the cost of having to discard 3 energy from its side of the field. Of these 3 attacks, the third was the best, as it was the most powerful, and its cost of discarding energy could be offset with the right partners to Raichu, as it could discard energy from any Pokemon, not just itself. Pokemon like Electivire from Secret Wonders, with its Motor Drive Pokepower, Rayquaza from Legends Awakened, with its Speed Gain Pokepower, and Magnezone from Stormfront, with its Super Connectivity Pokepower, could recycle lightning energies from the discard pile to allow Raichu to continue using its Burst Ball attack every turn, racking up huge damage consistently. At number 4 we have Raichu from Burning Shadows. This Raichu was a 7th generation card that came with an ability and 1 attack. The ability was Evo Shock, which activated as soon as it was played as an evolution and automatically paralyzed the opponent's active Pokemon. This was a great ability, as paralysis is one of the strongest special conditions in the game, as it prevents the opponent from attacking or retreating. Its attack was Volt Tackle, which needed 2 lightning energies and 1 colorless energy to deal 130 damage, but Raichu would also deal 30 damage to itself. Raichu's ability and attack worked well together, as Volt Tackle dealt enough damage to 2-hit KO most Pokemon, so the first attack could be used to deal the first 130 damage, and the opponent would be left paralyzed because of Evo Shock, leaving it open to be knocked out with the second attack. Raichu could also be used as a support Pokemon, simply because its ability was so good, as paralysis without an attack or coin flip is very powerful, and comboed very well with Darkrai GX from Burning Shadows, as its Dead End GX attack could automatically knock out any Pokemon that was affected by a special condition. So between the two of them, Raichu and Darkrai could knock out nearly any Pokemon. Plus, Evo Shock could be reused with Devolution Spray or Super Scoop Up to allow Raichu to evolve again in a future turn to continue disrupting the opponent. At number 3 we have Raichu from XY. This was the first Raichu card released in the 6th generation. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Circle Circuit, which needed 2 colorless energies to hit for 20 damage times the number of benched Pokemon on its side of the field. The second attack was a typical Raichu attack, Thunderbolt, and it needed 2 lightning energies and 1 colorless energy to hit for 100 damage at the cost of discarding all its energy. Thunderbolt on this Raichu was a terrible attack, as it needed 3 energy to use and it discard, while Circle Circuit could do the same amount of damage for less energy and not having to discard them. Plus, since the energy requirements for Circle Circuit were colorless, it meant that Raichu could be powered up quickly with double colorless energy and could be teched into just about any deck. It saw use alongside big EX Pokemon like Virizion and Landorus, as it could one-hit KO the popular Yveltal EX because it was weak to lightning Pokemon. Also, Raichu could easily knock out the common support Pokemon Shaymin EX, and with the help of a Muscle Band, it could even take down the powerful Mega Rayquaza EX. Raichu was a solid choice in the EX era, as it had a strong attack that could be splashed into a lot of decks, and did not give up 2 prizes when it was knocked out. At number 2 we have Raichu and Alolan Raichu GX from Unified Minds. This was a tag team Pokemon that featured both Raichu forms together. They came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Tandem Shock, which needed 2 lightning energies and 1 colorless energy to deal a base 80 damage, but if this card was on the bench earlier in the turn before it attacked, its attack power would increase by another 80, and would also paralyze the opponent. Its second attack was Lightning Ride GX, which needed 2 lightning energies and 1 colorless energy to deal 150 damage, and if this card had an extra 2 energies attached, the attack power would be increased by another 100. It was the first attack that was preferred, as it could consistently paralyze the opponent's Pokemon by switching in and out, and with enough energy its GX attack could knock out most Pokemon in the format, especially when paired with Electro Power. It could be easily powered up by Pikachu and Zekrom GX's full Blitz attack, Tapu Koko Prism Star's Dance of the Ancients ability, and Boltund V's Electrify attack. and its attack cost could also be lowered with Thunder Mountain Prism Star. Raichu and Alolan Raichu were featured in some of the top decks of 2019 and 2020 because of their immense power. And finally at number 1, we have Raichu from Alolan Phantoms. Hey, that's the name of the channel! This is a Delta species Pokemon, being a Metal type instead of the usual Lightning type. It came with 2 attacks. The first attack was Zap, which needed 1 colorless energy to hit every Pokemon in the field with the Pokepower or Pokebody for 20 damage. And the second attack was Metallic Thunder, which needed 2 metal energies and 1 colorless energy to deal a base 50 damage, but could also be increased to 90 damage if Raichu discarded 2 metal energies. Both attacks were good in its format, as Raichu could be used as an anti-meta card that spread damage with its Zap attack, as a lot of Pokemon relied on Pokepowers and Pokebodies in its era. It was part of a popular deck alongside Exeggutor, as Exeggutor could also spread damage with its Split Bomb attack. The deck also ran Cursed Stone to spread more damage onto Pokemon with Pokepowers, and Cessation Crystal to shut off all Pokepowers and Pokebodies. Since the deck was slow to take prizes, it also used Scramble Energy, which could count as a triple Rainbow Energy if behind on prizes, and it was able to quickly feel Raichu's Metallic Thunder and deal major damage. As a Delta Pokemon, Raichu could also be supported by Alolan cards, such as Alolan Research Tower to help power its second attack, and Alolan Researcher to be searched out of the deck. This card had enough power and support to be a powerhouse in the 2006 and 2007 formats, and was featured in a deck that could take down a lot of the top decks of its era, which is why it has come in at number 1 on this list. Which is your favorite Raichu card? Let me know down in the comments below, along with suggestions for any future videos you want to see. And be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video, as it helps this channel grow and reach new viewers. Thanks a lot for watching, and until next time, this is Alolan Phantom logging out.